Paramashivoham. Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Paramashivoham. Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Let Paramashiva's third eye manifest in all our third eyes. Let the Amrita pour, let the Varni open up, manifest in all of us.
Under the guidance of Supreme Pontiff of Hindus with the Sadguru Vandana, KAILASA Ekam Nityam Vimalamachanam Sarvadi Sakshi Bhutam Bhavaditam Trigunaраhitam Sadgurum Tam Namami. Let's go through the disclaimers. Security measures. Himself explaining what is power manifestation.
All the 25 states of consciousness, when they happen in you, due to your chemicals and hormones ups and downs, it is powerlessness. When it happens in you, out of your free will and consciousness, it is powerfulness. That's all. When you fall into sleep, it is powerlessness. When you enter into sleep, it is powerlessness. When you fall into dream, it is powerlessness. When you decide to dream, it is powerlessness. So I have added the ultimate powerfulness in manifesting all the powers. Understand, power manifestation is nothing but cognitive shift. It is not work. What is supposed to do? Static matter, dynamic activity, strategic existence, all these three has no boundary. You are one with it. You are alive in everything. Decides as you want. Power manifestation is cognitive shift, raising your frequency, not work.
Now let's understand who is Paramashiva. Bhagavan himself has beautifully explained the Paramashiva in all of us.
Paramashiva. Thus, manifestation, maintenance, rejuvenation, pulling out of delusion and liberation. He resides in his supreme Paramashiva Swarupa as Ajomuha, Radhomuha, unborn, beyond formlessness. Is Paramashiva Swarupa. That Paramashiva Swarupa manifests with these 5 faces as Sadashiva, Tatpurusha, Vamadeva, Aghora, Satyojata, Ishana. 5 faces he manifests, and thus the Panchakritya, Srishti, manifestation, Sthiti, sustenance, Samhara, rejuvenation, Prabhava, pulling out of delusion, anugraha, liberation. Understand? He does all these 5 jobs. Through these 5 phases. Now, listen carefully. Purusham. Purusham. Vamadevam. Satyojatam. Agoram. Ishanam. These 5 phases. Thus, unchecked vidyas. Each phase, each dimension is not just one FACE phase, PHASE phase. It's not just FACE, PHASE. Understand? The creation, not just creation getting created, even sustenance need to be created, destruction need to be created, and pulling out of delusion need to be created, liberation need to be created. Then creation, manifestation need to be maintained. Maintenance, stity itself need to be maintained. Sustained, maintained when it is happening. Pulling out of delusion, anugraha, liberation need to be maintained when it is happening. Those micromilliseconds when it is happening. So understand, Satyojatamurti has 5 phases. Ishanamurti has 5 phases. Vamadevamurti has 5 phases. Agoramurti has 5 phases. Tatpurushamurti has 5 phases. So, Tatpurushamurti has his 5 phases. Agoramurti has his 5 phases. Vamadevamurti has his 5 phases. Satyojatamurti has his 5 phases. Ishanamurti has his 5 phases. All these 5 murtis, 5 phases put together is 25 phases of Mahasadashiva.
Beautifully explained Paramashiva. Now, who is His Divine Holiness Bhagavan Nithyananda Paramashivam?
Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, Jagadguru Mahasannidhanam, His Divine Holiness Bhagavan Nithyananda Paramashivam is a reviver of KAILASA, the ancient Enlightenment civilization, the great cosmic borderless Hindu nation. His Divine Holiness Bhagavan Nithyananda Paramashivam is an avatar from and is a Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism. He has made the science of power manifestation yoga temple-based university for humanity. Sovereign Order of KAILASA, led by His Divine Holiness Bhagavan Nithyananda Paramashivam and Nithyananda Order of monks, nuns and Hindu diasporas are working for global peace. 150 countries is collecting, preserving, time capsuling, decoding, spreading, reviving 20 million source book of Hinduism and 64 sacred arts like science, like Ayurveda, music, dance, sculpting, astrology, Vastu and many more. His Divine Holiness Bhagavan Nithyananda Paramashivam is the 293rd Guru Mahasannidhanam of Shamala Pita Sarvanya Pita, the ancient apex body of Hinduism and present emperor of Suryavamsa Surangi Samrajyam. His Divine Holiness Bhagavan Nithyananda Paramashivam has survived the worst prosecution of multiple assassination attempt on person and character by anti-Hindu elements. Bhagavan has beautifully given the pramanas. The pramanas are the evidences from the different dimension. The pramanas, the science of our manifestation is authentic, time-tested, foolproof and scientific. The pramana, the evidences from the Shastras, Shastra Pramana, which are the eternal, unchangeable truth revealed in the source scriptures, the Vedas and the Agamas. Apta Pramana, the experience of the millions of the Rishis, Ganas, Munis, Nayanamars, Alvars, Siddhas, all of them are authority of Hinduism, who have manifested all the powers of Paramashiva, which is scientific, which is time-tested, authentic and foolproof. Atma Pramana, account of His Divine Holiness Bhagavan Nithyananda Paramashivam, this millennium's avatar's personal experience of each power manifestation, Bhagavan's very own Leelas, Shakshi Pramanas, the evidences from the Shakshis, the people who have been initiated. Millions of disciple devotees, followers all around the world are initiated by Bhagavan into the science of power manifestation, who have manifested all these powers of Paramashiva. Pratyaksha Pramana, the scientific study measuring the enlightened state of consciousness, being in the enlightened state. Beautifully, Bhagavan has given us pramanas for us to understand that each one of us is Paramashiva, and recognizing that we become superconscious being, manifesting all the powers of Paramashiva, living in a higher consciousness and manifesting all our reality. Let's move to the Shastra Pramana. Shastra Pramana from Vijnana Bhairava Tantra.
Taken from the Vijnana Bhairava Tantra, Sutra 82, Dharana 57. Asane Shayane Sutva Niradharam Vibhavayan Swadeham Manasi Shanadakshina Sayo Bhavet Asane Shayane Sutva Niradharam Vibhavayan Swadeham Manasi Shanadakshina Sayo Bhavet.
Vijnana Bhairava Tantra, Vijnana, consciousness, Bhairava, going beyond the mind's method, how we can experience that. And Bhagavan Paramashiva says here, in this Sutra 82, is without any support or base from anywhere, and it is resting on nothing. By holding this cognition, when the mind becomes own away and thoughtlessness arise, then in an instant one becomes weightless and experiences the space beyond the mind, the space of Paramashiva. Bhagavan beautifully explained how the super determination, that whole thing that we understand, and how he gave so many references, examples, breakthroughs for us to understand. First, we keep thinking there's something that we need to experience, something that needs to happen to us. There is nothing that happens when we go to sleep, nor we get bored and tired of every day doing that 8 hours of sleep, nor we do something for sleep to happen. It is such a beautiful space. By nature, we just switch off the mind and tell the mind, okay, we are going to be in the sleep state. And the mind simply follows it as everyday ritual. And same way Bhagavan says, the very space you are is Paramashiva. And you don't have to go anywhere to search for him or anywhere to find him. But he is the one who is manifesting as your identity also. He is the one who is showing you everything. And he is the one who is operating as you. If you understand the higher reality, how he exists, and he is functioning everything as you will simply drop your identity and look at him, how he is manifesting all the realities for you just perfectly, and how you're messing up everything. It's like a small kid running a chaos, and the mother is ready to prepare all the things perfectly fine, and the kid is going on messing everything up, and how the mother is resetting everything patiently again and again. Bhagavan says he understands when he gets confused, or he is not aware of something, or he is not very clear. Let the whole thing settle down and you will understand, he says. Do not panic, and each of them who's running a ride on you also need to settle down at one point. Each one came here to experience, to understand the Paramashiva space in you is manifesting as even you, and manifesting all the things that you need. But unfortunately, forgetting that, we start doing what we know as ourselves, creating more and more chaos. And when we drop the delusion and surrender to Bhagavan's lotus feet, the ultimate guru who has happened in our life and manifesting all our reality, simply we'll wake up to the reality that Paramashiva was even now doing the whole thing. We mistook that we need to do something. Bhagavan beautifully says, there is no dog which works. Exactly, that's how we are. It's manifestation which is happening automatically. and we aligning to that and understanding and start witnessing that, we become more powerful than what we understand to try to correct it or plan it or try to do something which is only making more mess of the delusion that we are in, and making decisions in the pralaya and taking that as an executing more is making a more mess of what we did previously. Just surrender to Bhagavan and just be in the simple obedience. He says how the chastity he is, how obedient he is, how integrated he is, and how much in tune, in complete romance with his Guru, and simply surrendering to his Guru that he will always do the best. How your parents can never do something wrong to you, same way, much more than that, Guru can manifest and remove all your karma and relieve you from all that is caught up with the identity and simply liberate you. And he is doing that step by step. He's saying how the creation, maintenance, regeneration, now pulling us off delusion just by in the space of listening and space of integrity and obedience to do all this, the Charya Pada, the Yoga Pada, doing all the detox program that Bhagavan is giving every single day, the darshan he's giving, the initiation he's giving, everything continuously that he's giving us. All we need to is follow it and manifest all the powers of Paramashiva. By manifestation, we are executing ourselves into that whatever space that Bhagavan makes us feel more confident and more the cognition get digested. That becomes a reality in my life. That is why everyday power manifestation is part of the powerful cognition, the satsang or the darshan or the diksha, because that becomes your reality immediately when you are in that bhava. Now with this, let's go to the Apta Pramana. Apta Pramana of Krishna himself lifting the Govardhana mountain when Indra got little angry that they did not praise him and do puja for him. He said, okay, I'm going to shower like anything and make the whole place in a mess. So beautifully, that Govardhan mountain is lifted by Krishna and the whole place is saved. Krishna takes care of the whole villages just by lifting the Govardhana mountain, and he makes a point that he lifts in his little finger to show. But when it comes to Shiva, it's just a happening, and he just blesses us and makes us happening as our reality. This part of is in Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 10. Now let's go to the Atma Pramana. Atma Pramana is Bhagavan's very own Leela. He himself has narrated such a beautiful space. Atma Pramana are Bhagavan's very own Leela.
Now in 2015, scientists have confirmed what I said. Gravity is not permanent, unchangeable power or force. Please understand, when the cosmic magnetic waves have a different effects, your everyday thinking, your everyday action, because your patterns, you carry two levels of patterns. Patterns related to your actions. When you wake up, how you wake up, how you do, how you take bath, how you eat, what you like, what you don't like. Your all day-to-day actions. The act is called muscle memory. And your cognition-based patterns. Listen, second is your cognition-based patterns. What you feel about you, how you cognize you. Your cognition-based patterns. Morning, how you cognize you. After a cup of coffee, how you cognize you. When the hormones are released, how you cognize you. When there is a fear, shivering, how you cognize you. When there is a success, support. They stay in your biology. the core of you. That is why they are called biomemory, because they are very close to the life God particle in you. Muscle memory, one layer pattern, all the patterns related to actions. Biomemory, layer of pattern, all the patterns related to your cognition. Third is bioenergy, the God particle in you. When the gravity goes up or down, it directly affects your muscle memory and biomemory, because your muscle memory and biomemory is matter. They are not conscious. Matter means they do and they are maybe micromilligram. Your depression has weight over you. It weighs you down. That is why when your body levitates, you are completely out of depression. Understand? Levitation is not just to fly or jump. By levitation, you are not going to reach New York from here. You are not going to go to Germany from here. The purpose of levitation is not flying to different place or space or country. But by the time your body levitates, whatever weighs you down is kicked out of you. Whether it is micromilligram or micromilligram, your depression has a weight, because it is a bad. Please listen. Even a slight magnetic wave change on the planet Earth, a slight, makes so much of free space in you. If you know how to handle the free space in you, you will just fall into the unclutching. Just radiate complete completion. But if you don't know how to handle that vacuum, that emptiness inside, you will fall into.
So beautifully, Bhagavan told about the biomemory and muscle memory, how it is matter and how we are constantly only stuck in the matter, and how consciousness simply can raise ourselves beyond the gravity and manifest as powers. Here we have the person has weighed themselves as 12.8 and 13.2 is the increase. Simply they have seen the weight of the object going up. Here you're levitating yourself or levitating the object. If you're doing for the object, you can weigh the. Once you let go all the other identities, complete completion again and again, absolute unclutching. We are very good in unclutching and telling in the mind, oh, now it's a time for you to go to work and do other things. Same way you can tell the mind, it's a processor, Bhagavan says. So you can tell the mind that no verbalization, no visualization except Bhagavan's contemplation of powerful cognition about Bhagavan, what he said, and the darshans and dikshas are the only visualization that I'm going to hold from now on, at least for this session for manifesting powers. And being in the bhava, how the Rama darshan, just melting every cell away for the Paramashanta space, the beautiful, the beauty and the glowing space that graced all of us. Being in that bhava, chanting the Mahavakya, raising the frequency, and complete completion with everything simply will make us manifest powers. Now let's have the bed very clearly if you're going to have levitation happening, or if you're going to have an object, you clearly have the object like how they are placed on the weighing scale. Make sure you are measuring couple of times to have the same readings before and after. And if you have physical issues, or you can just sit down and relax and experience the mental levitation also, which is also manifesting of this power. Bhagavan says the body can become heavier or lighter and start flying. So both are perfectly fine, called levitation. So now let's sit straight with the head, neck and spine in a straight line. And remember Paramashiva in your third eye. The darshan, bring the darshan to your third eye and start having only visualization of Bhagavan. Again and again, our parents, that is the center. The prana simply takes you to higher consciousness. Again and again, from your navel center, start chanting and listening to it. Listening brings the mind to completely stop any other processing, because when listening you cannot talk. You can either listen or talk, so the mind gets arrested. That's why listening is God. Just by remembrance is liberation. All these simple things that Bhagavan has given us, if we start doing it and start being in the continuously in the state, where is aloneness? Bhagavan only resides in there. You will understand. Just you will flutter a few times, and after that you understand, hey, he is manifesting, he is not manifesting, he is me, that's all I know. That is the conclusion you will start experiencing as the highest space of Paramashiva. Unclutch completely from any of the verbalization or visualization, anything you're going through. In the deep sleep, even if you have been had the worst of the day, even as an accident or a surgery, you don't remember anything. You are telling your mind, just keep quiet, I am going to be in the deep sleep. Same way, tell your mind, I'm going to be with Paramashiva, do not disturb me. Put a board, do not disturb. You're going to only bring the visualization or verbalization of Bhagavan in my third eye. Be very clear and unclutch everything else for a few minutes and do the Tyaga. How Bhagavan said, I am doing the Tyaga for Skandamata and my gurus did the Tyaga. You do the Tyaga only for yourself. Just I will be with Paramashiva, enjoying every moment with Paramashiva, that I am Paramashiva. That is the most joyful space. Such a joy when something is gifted to you just as you and just for you, and just you are living that beautifully, that space of Paramashiva. Be in that bhava. And that is the beautifully Shaktipada which happens. And chant the Mahavakya, watching the wellness capsule and entangling with the quantum space of Paramashiva to manifest whatever he needs to manifest through you.
Be unclutched like the screen. To experience.
Let's play the Mahavakya and start manifesting the power of levitation.
Paramashivoham, Paramashivoham, Paramashivoham. Let Paramashiva overflow, manifest the powers in all our third activities. Let Paramashivoham. 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 Paramashivoham, Paramashivoham. Let Paramashiva's third eye manifest in all our third eyes. Let the Amrita pour, let the Vani open up, manifest in all of us. Paramashivoham, 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 Paramashivoham. Let Paramashiva overflow, manifest the powers in all our third activities. Let Paramashivoham. Let Paramashivoham.
Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Let Paramashiva's burden manifest in all our burdens. Let the Amrita pour. Let the Bhakti open up. Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Let Paramashiva's burden manifest in all our burdens. Let the Amrita pour. Let the Bhakti open up. Manifest in all of us. Let Paramashiva overflow, manifest the powers in all our burdens. Nithyananda Paramashivoham. 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 Paramashivoham. Nithyananda Paramashivam. Nithyananda Paramashivam. Nithyananda Paramashivam. Paramashivoham. Paramashivoham. Let Paramashiva's burden manifest in all our burdens. Let the Amrita pour, let the Vani open up, manifest in all of us. Paramashivoham. 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 Let Paramashiva overflow, manifest the powers in all our burdens. Nithyananda Paramashivoham. 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 Nithyananda Paramashivoham.
So beautiful. Whatever you have experienced now, you can take a beautiful screenshot, or whatever you recorded, you can save it. We're going to have one more cycle, either the object, if you have taken an object and put it for levitation and you're seeing the weight increase or decrease, make sure you take the measurement twice to make sure it's authentically done. Everything, power manifestation, it's very authentic and scientific and foolproof. So there's no question of self-doubt or self-denial whether something that was outside is going to add anything or take away anything. Everything is surrender of Paramashiva, surrender to Bhagwan's lotus feet, diligently and more perfectly and more what you want, commanding the whole world to whatever you experience as your reality. Such a beautiful space is what is the superconscious space. So to experience that, no other logical way of doing anything with the data. So make sure it's authentically taken, the video recording, and if you've forgotten, please set it up now with the timestamp app, and make sure you can share it at the end of the session completely with your friends and family. Now let's sit straight with head, neck and spine in a straight line so that the Kundalini, when raises up, when the spine is straight, it loses its gravity and simply you start levitating. And remembering Paramashiva again and again, the lower three chakras, whatever the detox that you're doing, simply gets withered off and you are in such an attention awareness space. And chanting the Maha Vakya raises the frequency, raises you to the higher state. Bhagavan beautifully says, even 1 gram of toxin in your body, I cannot levitate you, but even if you're 200 kg, I can levitate if you don't have toxin. So make sure you do the Panchakriya, castor oil, haritaki and neem juice daily without fail to experience the great levitation as you meditate and lose the identity and understand only you are Paramashiva. You have been Paramashiva and you will manifesting everything, and you don't have to do anything extra for doing that. It will simply manifest as your reality. Whatever needs to be done, it is more intelligent to make it happen through you, as Paramashiva. So holding that as a powerful cognition that Bhagavan has given and not get deluded in any other way, and simply surrendering to Bhagavan's lotus feet, we'll have more and more powerful cognition in us. Let's sit straight, remember Paramashiva, contemplate on the great truth, and start chanting the Mahavakya from the navel center by deep listening to it so that we can experience the levitation. And even if you feel the vibration or you feel so heavy, you have started manifesting the powers. So do not have any cognition that manifestation is not happening. It can't be that you are not Paramashiva. If you're breathing, the prana is going inside, then you are Paramashiva. Bhagavan says, even then an object is Paramashiva. Everything is existing as Paramashiva. So we are here to celebrate that state, space, and powers of the Mahavakya. Simply the body will levitate or the object will start levitating.
Paramashivoham. Nithyananda Paramashivam. Nithyananda Paramashivam. Nithyananda Paramashivam. Nithyananda Paramashivam. Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Let Paramashiva's third manifest in all our third. Let the Amrita pour. Let the Nithyananda Paramashivoham. 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 Let Paramashiva's third manifest in all our third. Let the Amrita pour. Let the Vati open up. Manifest in all of us. Let Paramashiva overflow, manifest the powers in all our third. Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Paramashivoham. Nithyananda Paramashivam.